WHCS Channel 29 presents Peninsula District Girls Basketball. The Kecoughtan Warriors visiting the Denbigh Patriots. From Denbigh High School, this is Tim Cole with Bob Hintz and A.G. Womble. Welcome to tonight's coverage of the game between the Lady Patriots and the Lady Warriors. And we will no longer use the phrase lady when describing these teams, not that they aren't.
That's true, Tim. I got to see the first meeting of these two teams. Tim, they played at Kecoughtan, and you and I got to watch Dawn Papps play for the last couple of years in a very integral part of the Kecoughtan offense. She broke her ring finger on her right hand, plus she cracked the knuckles across, and she has the cast off, but she's in therapy. They do not know when she'll be back, so she is sorely missed. Mike McCormick, the coach of the Warriors, has only 2 years varsity experience of all 12 of these gals out there. So, you know, this basically a JV squad that he's got out there. They're 1-11, but he says what we're trying to do is just teach the girls so they get better each day at basketball.
There are your officials for tonight, Betty Lewis and Bob Gulaski. And we won't have any trouble figuring out which one is which tonight since we have a lady.
No, we know what the one with the mustache is Bob, right?
The Denbigh Patriots having considerable better success at 7-3 in the district, 9-5 overall. While you mentioned Bob, Kecoughtan 1-9 in the district, 1-11 overall. Last time out, Ferguson was the victim of Denbigh 50-13 the last time these Denbigh girls team played, and Kecoughtan was on the short end of a 30-22 score at Warwick last time they played. As we have the introduction of the players, you see coming out on the court Shannon Wayman, number 24 for the Warriors, and also being introduced now is number 21 Jamie Pardue. Tanya Carrington, number 40 for the Warriors.
And that's a nice gesture, Tim. You notice they'll go across and shake the hand of the opposing coach.
Number 32 is Melody Ewing. And Felicia White, number 31, is the last of the 5 starters for the Kecoughtan Warriors.
And they are coached by Mike McCormick, and Mr. Alves is his assistant.
Wanda Carey is the first Denbigh Patriot introduced to the crowd. Number 22, Treva Eddings. Alice Streetman, a game we had last Friday night at Bethel High School. Alice Streetman was very instrumental in the Denbigh victory with 20 points. Number 34 is Tara Roberson. And Tina Martin, who is starting in place of Tiffany Johnson. Tiffany Johnson is the regular starter for Denbigh, but Tina Martin will take that position tonight. And we are about set to get underway.
As you can see the starters on the screen, Tim, this game, again, we don't look for the Warriors to come out victorious, but it would be a nice upset if they could do that. But Mike McCormick said what they're just trying to do is kind of emphasize this point is because they are pushing for a JV program in the Hampton school system. There is a JV girls program in the Newport News system, plus Lafayette has a JV girls. And from what I understand, the money is there. They just need to get that thing off the ground because it's hard to have a good varsity program and you don't have a feeders program.
The coach for Denbigh girls team is James Johnson, and he is assisted by Shane Hart. And we are about set to get underway as the Denbigh team is the 4th ranked team in the district. Phoebus, of course, is atop the district in girls rankings, undefeated at this point, 14-0. Kecoughtan controls the opening tap. 4 8-minute quarters in high school basketball. You can see the Warriors being very deliberate. Jumper is no good. Rebound for Felicia White is no good. And the rebound comes off for Denbigh, Tina Martin. Denbigh with the ball. They're the team with the white uniforms. Alice Streetman will fire. It's short and rebounded underneath by Felicia White.
And you probably see the Denbigh girls put the ball up a little quicker than the Warriors, in that the Warriors are a little more deliberate.
Wanda Carey steals and converts. So Denbigh takes a 2-0 lead. You know, that's got to really hurt your program when someone of Dawn Papps' capacity is lost to the team. Not only is she a scorer and a ball player, but she was, I'm sure, the leader of the team.
Oh, it definitely was the leader, Tim. And on the all-district team, as a matter of fact, also. So you're losing your heart and soul to the ball game as far as basketball knowledge and experience goes.
From three-point range, the shot is short. Shannon Wayman fired 2 feet behind the three-point line. And back come the Patriots. This is Carey looking to get the pass to Tina Martin. It's chased down by Tara Roberson. That's her with the ball. Carey will put it up. This one's no good. Rebound underneath, put in by Treva Eddings.
And that was in a full court press. The first time they scored, they didn't throw the press up. And it just kind of keep the Warriors off balance. You've got to get that ball across the timeline in 10 seconds, and they just made it. And that was a nice look, Tim. A nice pass from number 32, Melanie Ewing.
And Tanya Carrington gets Kecoughtan on the board. 5:30 left here in the first quarter. 4-2 Denbigh. Alice Streetman's shot too long. Rebound comes off for Kecoughtan. That's Melanie Ewing. They'll kick it back out and set up. Ewing looks inside, now passes back. Felicia White's shot is short.
I believe it was partially blocked, Tim.
Ball is kicked, and it will remain in possession of Denbigh.
There's no doubt about that. There's a lot of teams that are good but fall off the wayside, and it's who's playing well.
Alice Streetman will fire from 15, and she hits.
She does shoot the ball well, Tim. She scored 27 points in the Bethel contest we saw.
Double teaming the ball, a whistle. And what's the call? I believe they're going to say she stepped on the out-of-bounds line.
She either stepped on the ball out of bounds or the ball bounced and hit the sideline, Tim.
So the turnover gives the ball back to Denbigh. They lead by 4. Tina Martin's shot is up no good. Felicia White with yet another rebound. You know, if you, at quick glance, Tina Martin and Alice Streetman look almost like sisters, if not twins.
Yeah, they do, Tim.
With the blonde ponytails and about the same size and height. I better check that. Girls are can be very vain, as us guys can, about their height and weight. Let's see how close we are. 5'6" for Tina Martin. 5'8" for Alice Streetman, so she's a little taller.
Oh, nice pass and cut underneath. That was a nice pass from number 10, Wanda Carey.
Steal. Wanda Carey stole the pass, and then she was fouled by Shannon Wayman.
And if they would look down the court, they've got the Warriors got number 40, Tanya Carrington, who was wide open, but that's the long pass. And of course, that's what you're gambling for, is you're trying to keep putting enough pressure on them they can't see what's going on down court.
Streetman's shot is no good, and the Kecoughtan Warriors come back trailing by 6. 3:48 remains here in the first quarter.
And Denbigh is in a 2-3 zone, Tim, and just really bothering the passing of the Warriors. They're cutting off the passing lanes.
Carey to Roberson to Martin. This is Roberson. Chased down by Streetman.
The Warriors are in more of a 2-1-2 zone rather than a 2-3.
And traveling is the call. Betty Lewis makes the signal for traveling. The ball turns over to the Warriors. Three minutes remains here in the first quarter. 8-2 Denbigh. Tanya Carrington has the only basket for the Warriors. Turn it over. Alice Streetman with a good anticipation. She steals, dishes off to Wanda Carey for two.
That was a nice looking pass.
So Wanda Carey now has 4 points, and it's an 8-point lead for Denbigh.
And they're playing the zone real high, Tim.
A lot of physical contact there.
I was expecting a whistle to be blown. It really was.
There will be a call underneath here as Streetman is hammered as she shoots. And we'll have a two-shot foul forthcoming.
And we got a timeout, Tim. Kecoughtan coach called timeout.
So we have 2:14 remaining here in the first quarter.
And we hope to show a little something different tonight, too. We've got our instant replay man, Joe Lewis, in the booth, and we're going to see how this works throughout the game.
That's Joe, have you got it, Lewis, right?
Yeah, that's what he said to say, right?
And AG has someone lined up to discuss some things with during the quarter break.
Here we go, Tim. Look at this instant replay. And you can see that there is contact underneath there. I mean, both gals did a little contact, but there was no foul. Foul was called down at the other end.
No blood, no harm, right?
I guess so. But that was good. We have a little instant replay. People will know that what they're watching. I tell you that Joe Lewis something else, isn't he?
As I started to say, AG will be talking with Tammy Boggs between the first and second quarters.
That's the young lady plays for the Phoebus Warriors, Phoebus Phantoms. So they must be off, and she's scouting this team.
I guess that's what she's doing.
All right.
Alice Streetman steps to the free throw line. Nice shooting touch as she gets the first of two.
Tim, you just watch her hands when she lets go of that ball. She's got excellent release and follow through with her right hand. But you can see this as she shot. Just points right to the basket when she lets go. That's excellent.
And her style is good for 2 points. Stolen, shot put in by Streetman.
Well, she actually was the one that knocked the ball away and then got it back for the 2 points.
So Denbigh has really blown this game open here in the first quarter. Traveling will be the call on Tanya Carrington.
Well, she wasn't sure whether she was going to dribble the ball or shoot it, and in making up her mind, she shuffled her feet. That was a good call.
A minute 50 remaining, 14-2. Denbigh on top. Streetman and Roberson. This is Roberson over to Wanda Carey, back to Streetman. Streetman will shoot from almost anywhere on the court. She's got a good shooting eye. Wanda Carey does. This was a little long, and Streetman knocks it loose underneath, but she's the last person to touch it before it went out of bounds.
And they're keeping the full court pressure on, Tim. And I'm trying to figure out what kind of it's a zone, but it's real compact like a 2-2-1.
They spot Carrington alone underneath the basket. Her shot won't go.
Well, that's what you got, excuse me, Tim, that's what you got to do against that press, is you got to get the ball down and beat the rest of the players down and hope you get a couple free easy baskets.
Streetman fires, no good. And Denbigh gets the rebound. A foul inside.
And that's not a shooting foul.
Alicia White gets the ball for Kecoughtan, and then Tanya Carrington is almost run over by Treva Eddings, and that'll be a foul. Again, a non-shooting foul. That's the first personal foul on Treva. The scoreboard here is a little helpful. It tells us the number of team fouls. Of course, that's instrumental in determining whether you're in a one-on-one. And it also tells you the player and the number of personal fouls. So.
Right. We got substitute in number 25, Amy O'Brien is in, and she's in place of, I believe it's Felicia White. No, it's not Felicia White still in there.
Wanda Carey gets the easy basket. She's got 6 points. And it's a 14-point lead for Denbigh.
She's in for Ewing. That's who she's in for, Melanie Ewing.
Kecoughtan unable to get the offense going. Ball is picked off. Good play by Tina Martin. Denbigh wants to run. Pass underneath. Wanda Carey has 8 points.
Excellent pass from number 34, Tara Roberson. That was a good bounce pass. And that was a good shot, Tim. A lot of people thought, well, that was kind of a wild shot, but there was 2 seconds left. The young lady was definitely aware of the situation. That was Shannon Wyman.
Okay, and AG, I understand you've got Tammy Boggs.
Right, Tim Bob, we do have Tammy Boggs. And Tammy Boggs, FIBA's 14-0. You have to be pleased with the way things are going so far this year.
Yes, I'm very pleased, very, very pleased.
What seems to be working well?
Well, the teamwork, the concept of everyone working together. We have balance scoring. We have about 6 or 7 people in double figures, every other night. And the team intensity is just all emotional for us.
When y'all go out on the court, do you realize that there's a possibility that you could lose on any night?
Oh, yes. None of us are big-headed. We have, it's always in the back of our heads at any given moment, any given time, someone could take us over on a good night.
How good is this team? How far can y'all go?
I have a really good feeling. I think we can go to state, possibly even win state.
You notice you got your hand bandaged up there. What's going on there?
I just have a mild strain from when we played Lafayette on Tuesday evening, but nothing's going to hold. I'm not going to be back.
You'll be back Tuesday?
Oh, most definitely.
All right, Tammy Boggs, a great season. We're going to be following you on Channel 29 all the way this year.
Thank you.
All right, Tammy Boggs. Tammy Bob.
All right, AG, thank you. And this is a little instant replay showing you a good defensive effort by Tina Martin as she leaped high to intercept that pass or shot, whichever you want to call it.
Well, it was a pass going inside, Tim, but it was definitely good defense because she put her hands up and went up high to get it.
Denbigh controls the boards. Eddings all the way across court for Wanda Carey. She'll put up a 10-footer. It's no good. Treva Eddings dishes off to Streetman. Streetman's shot is nothing but net.
She gets warmed up, Tim. It's going to be Katie Bardador.
And a traveling call as the Kecoughtan Warrior, Amy O'Brien, in an effort to find an open player, dragged her pivot foot. 7:22 left in the half. 20-2. A relatively major mismatch here. Kecoughtan just needs to get their offense going. They're not doing a good job.
Well, Tim, they're not even getting any shots off, and that's really hurts you. I mean, if you can shoot a bad percentage, you don't mind if you're getting a good number of shots, but I don't think they've shot the ball over 5 times.
Wanda Carrington with the only points Kecoughtan has. She loses it. Back come the Patriots. Baseline jumper is no good. Carrington clears the boards for Kecoughtan. Her pass is knocked away, but last controlled by, rather last touched by Denbigh. It'll belong to Kecoughtan.
And Melanie Ewing comes back in this time as she replaces Amy O'Brien.
Another turnover. I'm surprised. I'm happy to say that the cameras we use must be very light sensitive because this is a very dark gymnasium. We've commented
And that's
before.
an excellent picture on
It
camera.
really comes out well. I hope the folks at home are seeing it as clearly and as brightly as we are.
Number 45, Roxanne Zur, is in for Kecoughtan. She's playing underneath. Hopefully they're going to get some more rebounds when they're when there's a rebound available.
When you hit the net like that, there aren't any rebounds.
That's right.
24-2. Denbigh shellacking Kecoughtan right now. The young Warriors getting a baptism. And a traveling call. She dragged her pivot foot again.
Team is a little bit larger. They've got that 6'8" Grant Hill in there who jammed.
Denbigh being quite deliberate on offense. Streetman going back and forth across the paint. Wanda Carey will fire and hit.
They missed a travel. Streetman shuffled her feet before she passed the ball, Tim, on that last series. But Denbigh girls have really got that zone up real high. And it's open underneath, but the Warriors are setting their offense up real high.
Are they doing that because they want to? There we go. We got a basket for 32, Melanie Ewing. Or is Denbigh forcing them out?
Well, I think basically as you can see here on instant replay, Tim, that Denbigh is just, here's the shot. Denbigh is out and is forcing Kecoughtan to set their offense up high, and it's open underneath, but nobody for Kecoughtan is going underneath.
26-4. Inside of 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Tim Cole, Bob Hintz, A.G. Womble, and crew here at Denbigh High School.
See, the Denbigh girls are in a man-to-man offense right now.
Air ball put up, and last touch by Denbigh. It'll belong to the Warriors. This game being played Friday night, January the 20th, Inauguration Day for President George Bush.
Turnover again. The Crabbers are losing that lead.
And I found something out today, Tim, I didn't know. He's left-handed. That'll make you happy.
I had heard about that.
There's only been 4 of them. He's a 4th left-handed president.
He called me to tell me.
He called you.
Maybe it wasn't him, but one of his staff, because I'm being left-handed, we have to stick together.
Well, I knew that you would be the one he'd call.
You're right. 3:45 left, traveling the call. Turn it over and give it to Denbigh.
Tim, this has been a relatively easily played game in that there hasn't been that many whistles called. As you can see here on the fast break, a nice pass and a nice layup that time. And that's the way you're supposed to execute the fast break. Bring a ball to the middle and dish off to one of the players cutting to the basket. Good camera work, men, and nice job, Joe.
They're at 28-4. 3.5 minutes to go. From deep in the corner, nothing but net. And that is number 14, Ruby Taylor, who's in the ball game for the first time tonight. She makes her presence known by hitting a 13-footer.
And she's just a freshman, Tim. Just a 9th grader.
I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of the Patriots players tonight. Pass is intercepted by Eddings. Fast break the pass is thrown behind the intended player, Tracy Taylor, who's also in the ball game now. So we've got some new faces in there, 3 new faces. Number 50 is in there, that's Heather Guston. So only 2 of the starters are in there right now for Denbigh. There you saw that shot moments ago, from deep in the corner. You saw the Taylor lady hit her first shot. Lisa White's shot is a little strong. Back comes Tara Roberson.
She's a real heady ball player, Tim. She didn't force anything. It wasn't there. You don't force it. Bring it back out, set it up, and working around, get a good shot.
And a traveling call. She's the type of person you have to have on your team. She's the leader. She sets things up. She's the quarterback.
And I'm real impressed with her because she does an excellent job of looking at the situation and deciding what will work and what won't. And that's something you can't teach. It's just something that you learn by watching and playing.
The turnover gives the ball to Kecoughtan, trailing 30-4. Inside of 2 minutes to go here in the half.
I'll tell you, the girls, Kecoughtan girls team is real disciplined, Tim. They're looking around for a good shot, and they're passing the ball, and they're not panicking.
Another three-point attempt. This time it's good.
Well, that'll help your cause.
So Shannon Wayman, who's taken 3 shots from that very same point, hits on one of those 3, and it's 30-7. 1:07 left in the half. Rebound off for Carrington. Kecoughtan here with a minute to go in the first half. Here you watch the replay. She had just her foot on the right side of the three-point line. Shot up, no good. Rebound to Kecoughtan. Put it up, too strong. And it's lost out of bounds, last touched by Denbigh. That was Heather Gunston that touched it last. Denbigh led 18-2 at the quarter break, and now we've got a blocking foul. This will be charged to Tiffany Johnson, who's in the ball game now for Denbigh.
And Tim, that's just the second foul on the Denbigh Patriots, and there's only been 3 called against the Warriors. So this has been a relatively free foul game. There haven't been many fouls called.
45 seconds to go at the half. An entire different team in there for Denbigh now. None of the starters in except, check that, Roberson is the only remaining starter. That is she guarding the ball.
And they have switched back to their zone.
And a solid blocking job by Heather Guston. And she stood her ground.
Had that young lady threw the ball up, she might have got a 2-shot foul out of it, but she was surprised to get hit so hard.
And she ran into a wall. Watch the replay here. You'll see as she was driving the lane, moving at that point was Guston, and that's why she was called for the blocking foul. From the corner, up, no good. Kecoughtan not having much luck on the bounces tonight. 17 seconds left in the half. Roberson fakes, passes, gets it back, and she'll fire. And she's fouled after she let the ball go. She kind of jumped into the defender, but you got to have an opportunity to come down, and apparently the official ruled that in an effort to block her out, Jamie Pardue backed into her, and therefore she'll give her 2 shots.
Yeah, and that's a tough call because the defender has a right to that spot on the floor too, Tim. At halftime, AG has got a treat for us. He's going to talk to both Revis Conrad and Dennis Katufas, the opposing coaches of the game coming up following this one. So in 10 seconds or so, we'll be able to hear that interview.
Roberson, no good on the first of a 1-and-1. Shot no good. Rebound to Kecoughtan, and the whistle, or rather the buzzer sounds, and we have concluded our first half of play. It's 30-7 at halftime, and now AG, I see that you do have the opposing coaches. There will be no fisticuffs, gentlemen.
No, Tim, Bob, no fisticuffs. These guys have been singing their each other's praises here for about the last 15 minutes. Revis, what about this coach over here?
I think he's one of the best coaches in the district now. I really think he's probably one of the best coaches in the state.
All right, what are you going to do to him tonight?
Well, I'm going to try to beat him. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I would like to try to beat him. It gives me a big thrill. The few that I have won from him, it gives me a big thrill because it's such an accomplishment for me.
Is this guy sandbagging, Dennis?
Yeah, he's sandbagging pretty bad there. I have a lot of good things to say about him, too. If you had to poll the coaches right now, I don't think there's any doubt Rivas would be Coach of the Year. He's done a great job with these guys this year. I think he was picked like 8th in this district, and right now he controls his own destiny. He has a shot to win it.
What are you going to do tonight?
When you play Kecoughtan, you've got to play hard. If you don't play hard, they're going to get you. If you let up on them, they're going to get you. I remember a couple years ago when we won the district and they were 8th and they came here in the first round of the tournament, we let up a little bit and they beat us. So you got to play hard the whole time to beat them.
How many men are you going to have to stop out there on the Kecoughtan squad?
They got 3 premier players with Travis Ward and Owens and Milan Brown. So you've really got to stop those guys. But then again, the kids like Amick and Spivey, they get their 10, 12, then you're really hurting.
Rivas, as I see the Kecoughtan and Denbigh this year, there are a lot of similarities in the teams, a lot of overachievers, it appears to me.
There are a lot of overachievers, and plus the fact I think both teams really play very hard defensively. I think to get after you, you know, it's kind of like a lot of times, I won't put myself up quite that high and say it's looking in the mirror, but I would want my kids to always play as hard as this team does.
Who are you going to have to stop tonight on that Denbigh squad?
Well, according to the way we played last time, I better stop Weaver because he really filled it up last time. On about any place he wanted to shoot it from, he put it in the hole.
Well, Rivas and Dennis, good luck to you guys tonight. And Bob, Tim, a lot of mutual admiration here.
I tell you, they're both excellent coaches, Tim.
Thanks a lot.
You know, this is going to be an excellent game. I watched them play the very first game. Kecoughtan could have won that game. I mean, it went down to the last minute or so, and they had a chance to win it. A lot of people thought Kecoughtan was just going to be a mediocre team. Rivas Conrad has done an excellent job, and I'll expound on that a little more when we get into the boys' game. But this is going to be a good game coming up after we finish the second half of the girls' contest.
All right, at halftime, our score, Denbigh girls 30, Kecoughtan girls 7. Got a one-sided first half. Slow-Mo Joe has it for you. We'll be back with second half action after this brief timeout. Tim Cole, Bob Hintz, and A.G. Womble back at Denbigh High School, and we're just a minute or so away from the second half of the girls' game. Kecoughtan on the short end of a 30-7 score here at halftime. They had 3 scorers, Shannon Wayman with a 3-pointer, and then Melanie Ewing and Tanya Carrington with 2. For the Denbigh Patriots, they were paced by Wanda Carey with 10, 8 points for Alice Streetman, 8 points for Treva Eddings, 2 points each for Ruby Taylor and Tara Roberson. And we understand, A.G., you have one of your favorite little chores. You're over there talking with the Kecoughtan cheerleaders.
That's right, Tim, Bob. One of the hard parts of this job, as you well know, is getting to talk to these young ladies. And things are not going too well for the Warriors, but the cheerleading season is going pretty well. Your thoughts on it?
Oh, I think it's gone great. It's my last year cheering, and I've loved every minute of it.
Okay, now the girls are not doing too well. It's kind of a rebuilding year, but what about the boys' chances this year?
Oh, they're great. They're going to do fantastic. They've had a fantastic season.
All right, how's your cheerleading season gone?
This is my first year, and I love it so far. It's really great.
A.G., you ought to get the names of these young ladies.
All right, let's get the names of these young ladies.
Christy, Baysville,
Margaret Hamilton,
Jennifer Bellahar,
Cheryl Evans, Tina Ballard.
All right, Cheryl, what's your favorite thing about being with the cheerleading squad?
I like how we all work together and how we do things together. Because we don't just do cheerleading together, we always go out and stuff.
What about you?
I think I like the closeness. We're all like sisters and everything. It makes it.
Can we get a 15-second chant or something?
Kecoughtan! Warriors! Kecoughtan! Warriors! Go! Kecoughtan! Warriors! Kecoughtan! Warriors! Go!
All right, Tim, Bob.
Thank you, A.G. Tough job, but someone's got to do it.
Yeah, here's that 3-point shot, Tim. And you can see that's an excellent shot. Right, good follow through. Nice job, Joe.
You know, if they had voting for most attractive cheerleaders on the peninsula, certainly Kecoughtan would be in the running, wouldn't they?
Boy, they
really
would that.
Pretty young ladies as their cheerleaders.
But, you know, we watch Tim, we watch A.G. talk with them all the time. We never get to know the names.
No,
and I'm glad that you finally did
I'm glad you suggested that, because as he was doing that, I was sending him a mental message to ask them their pictures. Their names.
Well, I picked it up.
Back to the game at hand here. Denbigh with the ball and a 23-point lead here at the start of the second half. And they have started the same unit that finished the first half. The only starter in there is Tara Roberson, number 34. That's her battling for the ball, and it's last touched by Kecoughtan. So let me see if I can set the players for you. For Denbigh, Ruby Taylor is inbounding. She throws it to Tracy Taylor. 34 is Roberson. 50 is Heather Guston. This is Tara Roberson, and her shot is short. And it's lost out of bounds, last touched by Denbigh. And Tiffany Johnson rounds out the 5 on the floor for Denbigh. For Kecoughtan, they have 21, Jamie Pardue, who was a starter. 24, Shannon Wayman, who was a starter. 31, Felicia White, who started. Melody Ewing, number 32, who started. And number 40 is Tanya Carrington. So they have their initial starting unit in the ballgame right now. Unfortunately for the Warriors, nothing they have been able to put on the floor has scored very many points. Inside, they worked it well.
Well, that's what they've should have been doing all along, is looking for somebody breaking underneath the basket, and they did a good job of getting the ball to them. That was excellent ball movement for the Warriors.
Tanya Carrington got that basket. And we've got a foul. I believe we'll see a blocking foul. And that's our call, number 32, Tiffany Johnson. Here you see the replay of that bucket. The good pass underneath, and Carrington converting for Kecoughtan. We're saving these highlights because so far they have been the highlights of the Kecoughtan game. They're
Well, that's okay.
with 9 points. Denbigh with 30. But Kecoughtan has not given up, that's for sure. They really played, well, I started to say earlier, it's hard to say they're playing well and trailing by 23 points. But they're, as you said, they're disciplined. They're moving the ball around well. They're just not getting the shots. From deep in the corner, Taylor's shot is no good. And Tanya Carrington clears the board. Chance now for Kecoughtan to break into double digits. This is Wayman. She's got a three-pointer. Felicia White. Bump it up, no good. And back come the Patriots. 5:22 left here in the third quarter. 8-minute quarters. Coming to you from Denbigh High School, Friday, January the 20th. Tara Roberson, good shot.
Right off the glass, Tim.
So Roberson now with 4 points. There you see the score, 32-9, Denbigh. Inside, good move.
Oh, nice pass inside from number 21 for the Warriors, Jamie Pardue.
Melody Ewing gets the bucket. Roberson from 13, nothing but net. So 4 points here in the second half for Tara Roberson. 34-11, Denbigh on top. Carrington getting roughed up in the middle there, as you can see. Wayman's shot is no good. She loves that shot from the top of the key.
Yeah, she really does, Tim. And when she's open, she'll take that shot.
Earlier this evening, the Denbigh JV team defeated the Kecoughtan JV team, the boys team, 44-42 on a last-second shot, literally at the buzzer. And a timeout being called by the Patriots. With 3:47 remaining here in the third quarter, they lead by a comfortable 34-11 score.
Tim?
Yes, AG.
We have Milan Brown up here, and he might be leaving at the end of the third quarter, so we'll maybe get a couple comments from him.
Yeah,
and
go ahead, AJ.
We've been talking, Milan, this team surprised a lot of people. Your thoughts on how that's occurred?
We have surprised a lot of people. Nobody thought that we were supposed to be here at this stage right now, so we surprised a lot of people.
Milan, you gave up football this year. Did that pay off for you?
Yes, it did. It helped my jump shot a lot, and my dribbling skills got me a lot quicker into the flow of the game, so I wouldn't have to make that transition from football to basketball.
What type game are you looking for from Denbigh tonight?
They'll probably try to get an up-tempo pressure game, so we should, as long as we keep our heads, we'll be okay.
Okay, Milan, we're going to be watching tonight. Good luck to you the rest of the season. How far can this team go?
I think we can go all the way as long as we play within ourselves.
Milan Brown, Tim Bob, back to you.
We're going to see some replay of the action earlier in this quarter.
And that was the one thing, Tim, we missed when we did football this year, Kecoughtan, because Milan was a wide receiver, started for him last year and was their punter. And he opted to work on his basketball skills, and it has paid off, as you'll see on the scoring leaders in the district. Milan is right up there close to the top.
He is at the top.
Okay. I haven't got my read glass on. Okay. Well, I knew that's close, isn't it?
Averaging 23 points a game.
He's got an excellent shot.
Denbigh now going completely with non-starters, as in the ballgame replacing Taro Roberson. Is number 24, and the ball turns over to Denbigh.
Okay, I got 20. Well, I don't have 24 on my roster, Tim.
Problem I was having.
Okay.
Well, we'll have to call her the no-name player for the time being. And a traveling call as a shuffling of the feet gets the attention of referee Benny Lewis. 3:02 left here in the third quarter. 34-11. Denbigh on top from the very outset. Led 18-2 at the quarter break and 30-7 at half. Believe it or not, here in the third quarter, everything has been equal. 4 points scored for each team. Out of bounds. Last touch by Denbigh.
And they've got a press on them. Just a two-man press up front top, and that's all. A little out of control on that last shot.
From the corner, the shot is no good. And a foul. Well, it looked like she had a lot of ball on her hand there. But
She really did, Tim. I've been watching number 50 down here. She throws a pretty mean screen, and she does some moving screen they hadn't picked up. That I didn't think was a foul either, and they called that.
Nonetheless, the ball goes over to the Warriors. And a reach-in foul.
By number 24.
Number 24, good old 24.
Well, they've got 10 people suited up, Tim, and we got 13 on the roster, so it could be either one of those. We don't know which one it is.
Now we're going to see a timeout.
We got a timeout call, but it looked like Streetman, number 20, Alice Streetman, reported to the scorers table, so it looks like probably going to go in. I don't know why he'd want to put her in there. They got a 34-11 lead. But we got 2:10 left to go in the third quarter, Tim, at Denbigh High School. And look how much brighter the floor is there than what we see.
Yep. Well, they have this opportunity.
Just as I said that against
Well, we have this opportunity. Let's discuss the Peninsula District standings. Phoebus is atop the standings, 10-0, 14-0 overall. Then Menchville at 8-1, 11-2. That should be a real matchup when Phoebus and Menchville play.
Oh, that's going to be a great one.
Lafayette 6-3, 7-7 overall. 7-3 is the Denbigh team, 9-5 overall. Back to the game at hand here. By the way, I'm referring these statistics from the Daily Press, our good friends at the newspaper, providing us with these statistics.
And a nice rebound and putback by number 40 for the Warriors, Tanya Carrington.
Tina Martin back in the ball game, puts it up, it doesn't go, and then
she was knocked out of bounds, but they didn't call it number 50 for the Patriots, and that's who is number 50, Tim? That's Heather Guston. She really just knocked the poor Kecoughtan girl out of bounds.
Tina Martin connects, making it 36-13. Oh, but out.
See, and that's
Slow-mo Joe got that one for us.
I don't know whether he does or not. But what happened was they threw the ball to her before she got across. Even though she jumped across the half-court line, that don't make no difference. She's got to be there.
But she was in, when she came down, she was on the correct side.
Yeah, but she touched the ball before she came down, Tim. That's why it's a violation.
Interesting. See, that's a good trivia question. I never would have known that. So it's not where you are when you land, it's where you are when you catch the ball.
That's right.
Of course, the official was right there at the timeline. Slow-mo Joe had it for us. And getting a little rough inside now.
We'll see who the foul is going to be on. That's on Guston, Heather Guston. She is a physical player out there for the Patriots.
That's her third personal foul. There you saw the foul. And she likes to mix it up. 48 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. 36-13. Denbigh has led all the way. Wayman looks, passes, it's knocked away. Wayman gets it back.
One of the hardest things to teach in basketball is to step towards the pass, Tim.
Foul being called against Kecoughtan. Foul is charged number 21, Jamie Pardue. Ball goes over to the Patriots. Tina Martin in and out. And Carrington wrestles the rebound away from the Denbigh player.
She wasn't going to let go of that ball. That was hers. But the ball belongs to the Patriots on the possession arrow.
The buzzer is just off the mark as Wayman tries one from half court.
Tim, she's aware of the situation, which is also hard to teach, is how much time was on the clock and what to do with it and that sort of thing. That was a good shot.
So in the third quarter, each team scores 6 points. So it was even for the third quarter. Of course, the big difference is that the starters are on the bench for Denbigh. Take nothing away from Kecoughtan. They're a young team. Like you said at the beginning of our coverage, Bob, they only have a total of 2 years varsity experience on the team. So they're most definitely in a rebuilding situation. You know, you've coached before. I don't know whether you were in a rebuilding situation, but that's got to be a really tough thing to do.
Well, not only that, Tim, Mike Smith and his assistant, Al's over there, what the real thing is hurting them is not having a feeders program. without a JV program bringing you players in, then when you get them, you have to teach them what they should have learned at the JV level. Certain skills and things that you wouldn't have to spend as much time on, and it's really tough. But Mike is doing a good job. They've got a good attitude with the girls, that they're out there every day, just want to improve. Every day, they don't look at who scored the points. They don't look at the standings. All they look at is, have we improved one day to the next? And I think that's a great attitude to have.
Not an easy one to have.
No, it isn't, Tim, because people tell you winning's not everything. Baloney.
That's right.
I mean, nobody likes to lose. I don't care what it is.
Someone more articulate than I said, show me a person who likes to, show me a person who doesn't mind losing and I'll show you a loser. I think
that's right.
Kecoughtan moving the ball around, trying to get that inside shot. They've had some success with it here.
I think Vincent Blarty said it right, or said it best. Winning isn't everything, it's the only thing.
There you go.
What's up to that?
Out of bounds, belongs to Denbigh. And
we got a technical on the coach.
You know, I think we talked about this very briefly last game. They did loosen up the rules a little bit, didn't they?
They can stand up, but they can only got about 3 feet where they can go. And there's a good shot of Mike McCormick. He's beside himself. He didn't know where the technical came from. And of course, that's a 2-shot technical when it's on the bench.
If I remember correctly, though, Bob, last year they weren't even allowed to get up off the chair.
Well, I remember one year that was the way when I was coaching, and they gave me a seatbelt, but I could still stand up in the chair hung to me. But I don't know if we get a shot of the Kecoughtan bench or not, but you see Don Paps is sitting over there next to the assistant coach Alves.
There's your head coach, and there's Alves to the left, and just barely out of your picture was Don Pabst. Quite an athlete in every sense of the word.
Oh, and it's an excellent softball player too, Tim.
Inside of 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, 36-13. Denbigh in more or less of a stall offense right now.
Well, they want to bring him into the make a play man-to-man.
Which Kecoughtan, of course, does. And then we've got a violation.
No, number 22 pushed off of, I think it was number 31 who was guarding her for the, Felicia White was guarding her, and she pushed away to get free to get underneath the basket. If I don't know if Jumpin' Joe had that, Slow-Mo Joe had that or not, but that was a good call from the official.
Treva Eddings was guilty of her second foul. Lost out of bounds.
Well, you had 2 players down there, number 40 and number 31, both for the Warriors, both going for the ball. You don't need White and Carrington both in the same area. What the Denbigh is trying to do is just do some what they call backdoor cuts, break for the ball, then break underneath, try to catch your defender sleeping. I think that the Warriors are doing an excellent job defensively, Tim, against this team. They're playing pretty even with the team that's out on the court.
Jamie Pardue, number 21 for Kecoughtan, reached in and grabbed the arm of the Denbigh player. She'll be called for the personal. That's her third. Alice Streetman, who is back in the ball game as our, well, let's see all of the starters now.
And here you can see the defensive pressure that the Warriors are doing, and they collapsed around the ball and almost had it, and there you can see the foul that was committed. And then we turned right around, and Streetman committed her foul, which puts the Warriors in a 1-on-1 situation, Tim.
So Denbigh now has their starting unit back on the floor. Front end of the 1-on-1 is no good. This is Wanda Carey, who we haven't seen from she or her teammates for quite some time now, since early in the first half. And it's last touched by Kecoughtan. It belongs to Denbigh. This is Wanda Carey. She and Roberson are the guards. Eddings is center. The forwards are Martin and Streetman. Shot is short, but Wanda Carey gets the board. Tina Martin quickly off the glass. Eddings gets the rebound, put it up. She's fouled, and the basket will count. So Treva Eddings had 8 points in the first half, gets her first basket of the second half, and she'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And the foul was on number 32, Melanie Ewing, for the Warriors.
That is her fourth. Scoring balance with Streetman, Eddings, and Wanda Carey, each with 10 points for Denbigh. 30 of the 38 they have. Inside of 5 minutes to go here in the ball game. Stolen by the Patriots. 2-on-1. Spotting Carey open. She doesn't get the layup, however.
That was a good move.
All alone, almost to her amazement, was Jamie Pardue, but then on the rebound, Felicia White is fouled.
She'll get 2 shots off of that, Tim.
Both teams are over the limit. And therefore, there will be at least a 1-on-1 situation. As you said, Felicia White will get 2 shots. Foul was charged to Treva Eddings. That's her third.
You can notice the difference in her style shooting and that of Streetman, Tim. She pushes the ball rather than shoot it.
38-13, 4:22 left. 0 for 2 at the free throw line was Felicia White. From the free throw line, connecting is number 32. That is Tiffany Johnson for her first basket of the night for Denbigh. Stolen away by Wanda Carey. And she makes no mistake this time. 12 points for Wanda Carey. And a traveling call against Ruby Taylor.
Well, that's a break for the Warriors because the ball was thrown away. And there's a good shot of Mike on the bench. And he stays in the game, which is good. And it's easy to sit back and just be, not be a concern what's happening, but he's doing a good job with these girls.
Alice Streetman all alone underneath.
And that was a nice backdoor cut that she made to get open, Tim.
10 points for Alice Streetman. Saw her score 20 points last week against a Bethel team. Wayman's shot is no good. Back come the Patriots. And we've got a traveling call before the shot.
She took a big step. Here you can see, there you see the instant replay, that last shot that Streetman made on a backdoor cut.
Wanda Carey off the glass, no good. And finally chased down. Tiffany Johnson gets it for Denbigh. Roberson to Taylor. Her shot is an air ball. Streetman put it up. She didn't get the foul or the shot, but then on the follow-up.
It looks like he's calling a foul on number 32, Tim, for the Patriots, which is Stephanie Johnson, and it's going to send, who's that send it to the line, number 40 for the Warriors. That's Tanya Carrington. Now we got a timeout call.
You watch the replay here. If we have far enough into this replay, you'll see.
And you can see the air ball there, and then this was a missed shot, and she came right over the back, actually, of Tanya Carrington.
Good work on the replay.
Oh, that was excellent.
Timeout with 2:27 left.
Good camera work.
We want to thank our crew for their fine efforts this evening, and of course the fine people here at Denbigh High School, as always, very receptive and very cooperative in assisting our crew setting up today.
Yeah, and athletic director Gary Sylvie has done a tremendous job. I was able to come up last week and talk with him and the coaches, and Gary's done has helped us when we need help. There's a good shot of the. We had AG on the screen there for a minute.
And I understand we'll have an instant replay of him after Carrington shoots. Back come the Patriots. 2:22 left. 44-13. This game never really in doubt. Streetman off the glass, no good. And Carrington and Streetman tie up. The possession arrow points to the Patriots.
Protecting the ball. And Eric Pellick drops back in for
Underneath, an easy bucket. So Alice Streetman now the scoring leader in the ball game with 12 points.
Well, AG is going to get Coach Johnson and a couple of the Denbigh players at the end of this game, Tim.
Inside of 2 minutes to go here in the ball game. Lost out of bounds.
for Gannon. He averages about 8 on the season.
1:42 left in the ball game. 46-13. Denbigh with the ball and a comfortable lead. They led 18-2 at the quarter, 30-7 at half, and 36-13 after 3 quarters. Kecoughtan has yet to score here in the 4th quarter, while Denbigh has put 10 points on the board, playing a good number of their starters here in the 4th quarter. Streetman, Martin, Roberson, Carey, all of them have been in for at least some portion of the second half. That's not to imply that Johnson's running up the score. I don't think that's the case at all. He just wants to give everybody a chance to play. Actually, I think the reserves were getting kind of tired. They were playing so much more than they might normally.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Minute 5 left here in the ball game. We've got a foul before the shot.
And that foul is on Jamie Pardue, and of course that'll put number 30 for the Patriots at the foul line. Tina Martin is be shooting a 1-and-1.
That's the 4th personal foul on Jamie Pardue. There you see a good look at young Miss Tina Martin. She will not get the bonus. Kicked out of bounds by the Warriors. Remember a big game we did here last year, Bob, between Hampton and Denbigh? Game started early because the girls' game got over. A lot of the fans missed the first quarter or first half of the game for the boys' game because they got here thinking the game started at 8 o'clock.
Right, and the way it's set up, the boys' game starts, Tim, basically 20 minutes, I think it is, after the end of the girls' contest. So there's not used to be when we played when the girls played fall basketball, there was JVs played and then the boys played at 8 o'clock.
There you see a replay of the last foul.
And that was definite foul.
Definitely. Well, that's what you call emphatically fouling someone. Treva Eddings at the free throw line with a chance to add to her totals. And she'll get a second shot. She has 11 points. She had 8 points at halftime. Has played sparingly here in the second half. So Eddings connects with both of her free throws. And she has 12 points. She, along with Alice Streetman.
Aaron Mundy did not come in. He was standing over by the scorer's table, but I guess the timeout.
And we got a traveling violation.
Changed their mind. So the Mariners have Williams and Hunter.
Glad I don't have to keep track of turnovers. Run out of paper.
Yeah, I'm afraid you might.
Tina Martin with a good move to the bucket. She has 4 points. That was a very positive move. 2 seconds, 1 second, and Wayman again takes the long shot, but it doesn't go, and it wouldn't have counted had it gone.
No, that was after the buzzer had sounded, Tim.
So our final score is 50-13. The Denbigh Patriots.
And here we can see that last move, Tim. That was an excellent. She got young Jamie Pardue to leave her feet. She just go right around her and in for the layup.
Left-handed, I might add.
Yes. Well, you notice everything is left-handed.
That's right. And there you see on your score, or the screen rather, the score. And AG is going to have a chance to talk to James Johnson, the coach for Denbigh.
And he's got one of the ball players.
On the carry, I believe.
Yes.
AG, you ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Tim, Bob, we do have James Johnson and Wanda Carey. And James, things went your way today. What worked well for you?
We're trying to try a few new things, and some things that we haven't been able to do well in practice. Figure we might try them out here tonight.
All right, Wanda, you seem to have a good scoring night tonight. Your thoughts on the big win?
Well, I think we played good defense and stuff, and we ran our offense better than we have been doing.
Treva, congratulations on a good game. Your thoughts tonight?
Thank you. I think today we played real well as a team, because usually we were trying to go out and do our individual thing, and today we worked hard and we talked and we really made it happen.
It seemed like stress and defense again tonight.
Excuse me?
Were you all stress and defense again tonight?
No, we weren't.
Okay. All right, James, one final question. They weren't stressing defense tonight, but this is 2 weeks in a row on Channel 29. You guys have been winning. We bringing you luck or what?
I hope you come back next week.
Okay, good luck to you. Great game. Wanda, great game.
All right, AG, and our fee is very nominal, Mr. Johnson. We don't charge a lot just to cover expenses. 50-13 is the final score, as the crowd here will be now getting set to watch the boys' game, and we'll be doing that game. Check with Channel 29 for the airing time of that game. Just to run down real quickly, the top scorers very evenly spread for Denbigh. 12 points each for Wanda Carey, Alice Streetman, and Treva Eddings. 6 points for Tara Roberson, 4 points for Tina Martin, and 2 points for Tiffany Johnson. For the Warriors, they were paced by Tanya Carrington with 6, 4 for Melanie Ewing, and 3 for Shannon Wayman. For Bob Hintz and A.G. Womble, this is Tim Cole saying the final score, 50-13, Denbigh on top. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.
I don't see any one foul out there. There was 4 or 5 of them you could have called. 61-55 with 2:55 to go. The Crabbers holding on to a 6-point lead. Well, Tim, I don't know about you, but my neck and shoulders are sore from
from being so tense and watching this ball game. And AG over here is calling traveling. I mean, you ought to have him out there with a striped shirt on. He's doing a good job refereeing over here.
Well, let me tell you, I congratulate the Hampton fans that came up here, and for those of you that didn't come to see the game, you are the ones that lost because you have missed a terrific ball game.
Oh, I tell you, win, lose, or draw, this Hampton team is an awesome team, and they have just done excellent tonight. And, you know, they got a 6-point lead.